Hi guys, it's Jay Alba here, and I'm going to be giving my opinions on what people say. Basically, when people say, this year for K-pop was boring, or that year for K-pop was better than this year, or people go like 2021 K-pop was boring, or people go like 2017 K-pop was boring, or 2018 K-pop was better than 2021 K-pop. Like this, for example, people say this, and I'm going to be giving my opinions on people saying this, and I'm going to be sharing my own thoughts on this. So I hope that you enjoy the video, and I hope that you sub to me because I'll be releasing more videos soon, and I'm working on my part 2 of my anniversary special. So let's get into the video without wasting any time. Also ignore the background noises. People are still blowing firecrackers for Diwali, and I hope that you don't get distracted by firecrackers and you enjoy the video. So basically, I've seen K-pop stans say this year K-pop was boring, or that year K-pop was boring, or this year for K-pop was better than that year, or this year was the best year for K-pop. I've seen many K-pop stans say that. And a few weeks ago, I made a video called "Is 2021 K-pop Boring?" plus a list of my 2021 K-pop song recommendations for y'all to check out. Now, in that video, I said that many K-pop stans were saying 2021 K-pop was boring, and people should just research on different artist groups and soloists, and they wouldn't have to call a year of K-pop boring. I also said that there are many channels like Cable Entertainment who makes new songs of the week videos for each month, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and adds new songs that nobody has ever heard of. They add like popular groups, but they also add like underrated groups and underrated soloists and unknown songs that nobody has heard of. Then there's websites like K Profiles making lists of the confirmed debuts and comebacks of groups and soloists and bands, etc., for the month that is currently going on, and a few for the next month that is confirmed and upcoming. So if people just if people just watched those videos or researched or did some research on different groups and soloists, they wouldn't have to call a year of K-pop boring or the year of K-pop the best year of K-pop and stuff like that. Now I'm going to be talking about what I said in that video in more detail, but a little differently. Now I'm not trying to hate on K-pop stans taste, being like, their taste is bad, or they should listen to this group, or why do they listen to this song is shit, or something like that. I'm just trying to give K-pop stans a helpful tip so that they wouldn't have to call a year of K-pop boring or say that year for K-pop was better than this year. Now I come to this realization, I just realized this, that many K-pop stans judge K-pop based on the small portion that they listen to. Like they listen to a few groups and a few soloists and a few bands and a few artists, and then they have this judgment that the whole year of K-pop was bad or boring. And it's honestly kind of weird to me because they are judging the whole year of K-pop just based on those small portion of groups that they listen to. Like people say 2021 K-pop is boring, but they're only judging 2021 K-pop based on the few groups and soloists that they listen to. Now recently I've been watching comeback rankings, which I've never really watched before, even though it has been being done for quite some time, and I've been seeing many K-pop stans add the same groups and soloists for each video and ranking them differently based on their taste. Now I've seen that many K-pop stans have been listening to what most K-pop stans listen to, the most popular groups plus a few underrated groups that many K-pop stans know of. And because of this, they have this judgment that this year K-pop was boring. So if people do not step out of what most people listen to and do not step out of the box, of course they are not going to like a year of K-pop's music, because they are inside a box with only a few releases from groups that they know of and soloists that they know of, and of course they're not going to like it, or they probably will like it, and of course they're going to have this judgment that the whole year of K-pop is boring because they're only listening to a small portion of K-pop and not finding new artists and soloists and groups and bands and duo groups, etc., to listen to. So if people actually stepped out of their comfort zone or stepped out of the box and listened to more different groups, soloists and artists, and sub to music distribution channels like Lending, Wonder K, Music and New, and Super Soundbugs, Genie Music, Stone Music Entertainment, React Official, etc. If they sub to these channels and checked out from time to time the releases that are being uploaded on that channel, then they would find more artists to listen to. They would have a better judgment on the K-pop songs being released, and they wouldn't judge a whole year of K-pop just based on that small portion of K-pop that they listen to, and they would actually have a better judgment of K-pop, because honestly people cannot judge a whole year of K-pop just based on the few releases that they listen to. So for people to say 2021 K-pop is boring without having to check out all the releases to release in the year, which I know people cannot check out, but at least check out enough releases to have this, thinking that 2021 K-pop is boring, then they cannot say that. They need to at least have an understanding of 2021 K-pop song releases instead of just normally what most people listen to. Like, I've seen a lot of videos where people add at least one unknown group or one unknown soloist. Like, I've seen videos where people have added Elastic's Dark Dream and Ichilin's Gotcha in the videos. And I've seen one video adding Bibiana's Strawberry Kisses. Even though I don't know that song well, it's still a good song. So seeing these songs being added have made me happy. I've also seen some people adding Beauty Box's Rat-a-Tat, which is their debut song, and it made me really happy. So seeing how K-pop fans are slowly finding out new artists and new soloists and new groups is really amazing. But they cannot say that this year of K-pop was boring if they're just listening to a small portion of groups coming from companies that they know of, or coming from unknown companies, but those groups are just hyped up and they're getting more popular as time goes on, or the company that they're from is a former, member of a popular company or another company that is known, or maybe is like a producer making a group or something like that, or an idol making a group. So people cannot judge a year of K-pop if they just listen to a small portion of K-pop. They should actually first find out more artists than what normally is listened to in K-pop, and then they can have the judgment that this year in K-pop was boring. Because if they have more understanding of different groups than what is normally listened to by K-pop stans, then they can say that this year in K-pop was boring or this year in K-pop was the best. So if people are just going to be listening to a handful of K-pop groups that debut, or a handful of K-pop groups that release new music, or a handful of soloists and artists and bands, etc., of course they're going to find it boring because they're judging just based on a small portion of K-pop. And if K-pop stans just listen to more artists and had a more understanding of more K-pop groups and stuff, then they could judge a year of K-pop and call it bad based on different artists, because they'll have more diversity in their music listening, and they wouldn't have to call a year of K-pop boring just on the basis of a few handful of groups, bands, soloists that they listen to. So guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you sub to me, because I'll be releasing more videos soon. And this video wasn't meant to be shady or to hate on anyone or their taste in K-pop. I just wanted to share my thoughts in this video. And also I wanted to add this in my unpopular K-pop opinions that I would release in the future once I get more opinions. But I decided to make this as a separate video and do a whole video on this. So thank you for watching. Bye, and cue outro. Kitchy mocha chocolate. Let me just get a couple PEO just like your lizard. That's just how we live it, pin up how we keep it moving. That's just how we live it, pin up how we keep it moving.